Look, I don't expect people to trust me off the bat, especially not after what I'm about to tell you. But if you're the type who's ever second-guessed a text, replayed a glance, watched someone lie with a smile and wondered if you were losing your mind, then you're in the right place. And no, I'm not here to sell you closure, but I am here to tell the truth. So if that's your thing, stick around. Now let me tell you how it started. Not with a bang, but a shipping label. You ever get a package that wasn't yours, but still had your wife's number on it? Because that's how this whole nightmare started for me. My name's Marcus. I'm 41. I write software, debug systems, live a quiet life in the suburbs of Atlanta, and I thought I knew my wife. Thought we were solid. 8 years in, no kids, but plenty of love. Or so I believed. Then came the box. It showed up on a Thursday afternoon, addressed to D. Bailey. Same phone number, same email as Delilah's Amazon account. But the address? Charleston. I remember laughing at first, holding it up as she walked into the kitchen. Hey babe, did you get bored and start shipping stuff to your alter ego? She glanced up from her phone, blinked once, and smirked. Maybe I'm living a secret double life. Should I be worried you found me out? We both chuckled. She kissed my cheek, grabbed a LaCroix, and walked off. And that should have been it. Should have been one of those dumb little moments married people forget by dinner time. But something about it stuck with me. I don't know what it was. Maybe the weird timing, maybe the fake name, maybe how fast she brushed it off. Later that night, after she'd gone to bed, I pulled out the box again. That's when I noticed the label. Same number, different name, different city. That's when I felt it. That gut stab you can't explain, the kind that creeps into your spine and makes your hands shake just a little. The kind that tells you something isn't right, even if your brain's still playing dumb. I told myself I was just being paranoid. I mean, come on, we share passwords, bank accounts, a mortgage. Who hides stuff in plain sight like that? Well, turns out some people do. A couple nights later, I'm working late. I notice her iPad open on the couch, just sitting there. And I'm not proud of what I did next. But if you've ever felt that kind of itch that tells you your whole world might be a lie, you know what I mean. I opened her notes app, typed in Bailey, nothing. Tried Charleston, boom, there it was. A calendar entry titled Anniversary Dinner, Trevor. Date, 6 weeks ago. Location, Charleston. Now, I ain't no TikTok guru, but apparently 97% of folks listening to these stories don't subscribe. That's like ordering takeout, eating the fries, and then acting shocked when the bag is empty. So, go on, hit that subscribe button. Keeps the lights on and the secrets flowing. Back to the mess. I just sat there staring at the screen, heart pounding, trying to convince myself there was a logical explanation, some old friend, some forgotten event. So I asked her the next day, casually, hey, didn't you used to have a client named Trevor? The one in Charleston? Her fork froze halfway to her mouth. Just for a second. But I noticed. Oh no, I think you're mixing that up. I've never worked with anyone named Trevor. Lied right to my face, while we were eating lasagna I'd made for her. And that's when the voices started whispering in my head. You're being paranoid. You're being controlling. You're overthinking. But deep down, I knew. A few days later, I found the package again. This time opened. Whatever was inside was gone. When I asked Delilah about it, she laughed. Oh, it was just some skincare stuff I sent to a friend in Charleston. I used my account because she didn't want it to go to her work. Yeah, sure. I didn't say anything then, but my mind was on fire. That's when I called in help. Hired a PI named Tamron, found her online, ex-cop, no BS. Told her I needed discretion, told her I needed answers. She asked one question. You sure you want to open this door? And I said, if there's something behind it, then yeah. I'd rather be punched with the truth than kissed with a lie. You ever look another man in the eye and realize you've both been sleeping with the same wife? Because I did. And let me tell you, nothing can prepare you for that. So after the whole Charleston Trevor note thing, I waited. Let the PI do her thing. Her name's Tamron, ex-cop, like I said, doesn't sugarcoat a damn thing. 2 weeks in, she hits me with the call. Marcus, you sitting down? I was driving. Pulled over instantly. Yeah, I said, talk to me. She didn't waste time. Your wife's real name isn't just Delilah Holloway. She also goes by Delilah Bailey. Married to a man named Trevor Banks, Charleston, real estate broker. Been together 7 years, legally, married, full-on husband and wife. I didn't say anything for like 10 seconds. Just stared out the windshield. Then I asked, "Is there a chance it's just some crazy coincidence?" Tamron snorted. "Same face, same voice, same birthday. I even found their wedding website." And she sent me the link. I clicked it, hands shaking like I had Parkinson's. There she was. My wife. In a white lace dress I'd never seen, kissing a man I'd never met, smiling like I didn't exist. The page was full of pictures. Them laughing on the beach, holding hands on a pier, dancing under fairy lights. They even had a section titled, "Our Love Story." Guess what it said? "We met through mutual friends in Charleston and knew right away we'd found something rare." That rare thing apparently included 2 marriages. I didn't sleep that night. Couldn't eat either. Just sat at the kitchen table while Delilah snored in the bedroom, dreaming God knows what about which man she belonged to. The next morning, I packed a bag, told her I had a quick work meeting out of town. She didn't even blink. "Okay, babe. Call me when you land." She kissed me goodbye like nothing was wrong. By noon, I was in Charleston, sitting in my rental outside a sleek-looking townhome with a for sale sign staked in the yard. Tamron had tracked Trevor's schedule. He was showing a property that afternoon. I parked across the street, watched him from the car. And yeah, I'll admit it, I didn't expect him to look so normal. Clean cut, polished, seemed like the kind of guy who says "my man" too much and always orders sparkling water. But I wasn't there to judge. I was there for truth. As he walked back to his car, I stepped out. "Hey," I called out. He turned, smiled. "Need a realtor?" I paused, then dropped it. "No, I think we already share one." He tilted his head. "Sorry?" I reached into my jacket, pulled out my phone, and showed him a picture of Delilah and me on our 5th anniversary. Cabo, smiling, champagne, rings on both our fingers. His smile dropped like a rock. "What is this?" I stared at him, straight in the eyes. "I think we're both married to the same woman." He didn't say anything for a full minute, just kept staring at my phone. Then he whispered, "Delilah?" I nodded. "I call her D." Trevor looked like he'd just been sucker punched in the soul. He fumbled for his phone, found a picture, him and her smiling in front of a Christmas tree. She wore a sweater that I had bought her the year before. I don't understand," he stammered. "We've been married 7 years. She travels a lot for work, but..." "Wait, how long have you two..." "8 years," I said quietly. "She told me she was a freelance creative, said she traveled for shoots." He looked like he might throw up, or cry, or both. We sat on the curb together. 2 strangers, 2 husbands, same woman. I didn't walk into that house expecting an apology, but I damn sure didn't expect her to smile. After Charleston, after sitting on a curb next to Trevor like 2 guys who just watched their lives implode in slow motion, I drove straight home. I didn't stop, didn't eat, didn't even listen to music. Just silence. Hours of it, like my brain was buffering. I kept playing every moment back. The weddings, the birthdays, the anniversary trip to Cabo, where she cried when I surprised her with a necklace, same one I saw in Trevor's Christmas photo. You start wondering, did she rehearse those tears? Did she practice that smile in a mirror? By the time I walked through the door, I was numb. Delilah was sitting on the couch in leggings and a hoodie, eating kettle corn and watching some reality dating show. I kid you not. A dating show. She looked up and smiled like nothing had happened. "You're back early." I stood in the doorway, just stared. She said, "Everything okay?" I didn't answer. She hit pause on the TV. "Marcus, what's wrong?" I walked over, sat down across from her, looked her dead in the eye. "Who's Trevor?" Silence. Instantly, like I'd flipped a switch. She blinked, once, twice, then said, "Excuse me?" I leaned in, voice calm. Too calm. "I know about Charleston. I know about the second marriage. The name Bailey. The wedding. The house. The whole damn thing." She stared at me, frozen, like her brain couldn't decide whether to run, cry, or lie. Then she did something I'll never forget. She smiled. A slow, sad little smirk. "So you met him. You ever hear someone admit to something so massive, like it's a parking ticket?" I was stunned. Couldn't speak. She leaned back, crossed her arms. I was wondering when it would all catch up. I snapped. Catch up? You married me. You married him. What the hell is wrong with you? Her voice stayed quiet. Too quiet. I didn't mean to fall in love with you, Marcus. You were never supposed to last. That line hit like a bullet. What does that even mean? She sighed, looked away, eyes glassy but dry. It was supposed to be closure, a full circle thing. You ghosted me back in college. I spent years thinking about that, about you. When I saw you again by accident, I thought, maybe I'll get my answers. Maybe I'll understand why it hurt so much. I whispered. So you married me? For revenge? No, she said quickly. At first, I just wanted clarity. Then I got caught up. And it felt good. Too good. I stood up, shaking. You're telling me our entire marriage was a therapy exercise? Delilah didn't answer. That silence. It said more than any words could. I backed away, almost tripped over the damn ottoman. I gave you everything. My heart, my loyalty, my time. 8 years. She finally looked like she might cry, but not enough to stop her from saying the next part. You weren't the first. I froze. What? Her voice cracked just barely. You weren't the first and you won't be the last. I've been married before, Marcus, more than once. How many? 5? That number hit like a hammer. 5, not 1, not 2. 5 husbands. And I'd been number 4. You ever think you were part of something special? Just to find out you were chapter 4 in someone's revenge novel? Yeah, that's what this is. After Delilah dropped that bomb, you weren't the first. There were 5. I didn't go back inside. I sat in my car in the driveway, engine off, hands on the wheel like I was about to drive into the void. I called Tamron, my PI, told her everything. She didn't gasp, didn't even sound surprised. She just said, okay, let's pull her entire marriage history. 3 days later, Tamron called me back. You might want to come in for this, she said. When I showed up, she had a manila folder thicker than my tax returns. She slapped it on the desk like a courtroom exhibit. You ready for this? I nodded. Tamron opened it and started reading. Delilah Monroe, married in 2007, name changed to Delilah Knight, divorced in 2009. Then, Delilah Knight becomes Delilah Prescott, married again in 2010, ends in 2012. Next, Delilah Prescott becomes Delilah Holloway, that's you, married 2016. Then Delilah Holloway becomes Delilah Bailey, marries Trevor Banks, 2018. I blinked. That's only 4. Tamron looked up, deadpan. First one's not on the record, sealed. But I found the guy, lives in Denver, doesn't want to talk. Just said, she ruined my life, then hung up. I flipped through the pages. Each husband was different job, different city. But they all had something in common. Each of us had a history with her, somewhere in the past, college, high school, old flings. One guy even taught at her community college art class, gave her a failing grade. Tamron laid it out. This isn't random. These weren't whirlwind romances. She picked you, every single one of you. She's running a long game vendetta, wedding rings instead of weapons. I sat back stunned. This woman married me. Because I ghosted her in college? Tamron nodded. And married Trevor because he dumped her in 2009. And the guy in New Orleans? Cheated on her during a summer fling. It hit me like a freight train. Delilah wasn't finding love. She was collecting payback. Tamron handed me a small notepad. Said she found it in Delilah's storage unit, under her Bailey identity. The front page? A list of names, Michael, Jordan, Marcus, Trevor, Kevin. Next to each name, a date, a city, a one-line reminder of what they did. Next to mine. Left me on red after 6 months. Too busy. Broke me. I stared at that scribble like it was an obituary, because in a way, it was the death of who I thought I was to her. I sat there, holding that paper, and realized something brutal. This woman didn't love me. She studied me, tracked me, targeted me, and I fell for it. Hard. Every inside joke, every handwritten note, every "I'm so lucky to have you," scripted, rehearsed, weaponized. I asked Tamron, do you think she even felt anything real? Tamron leaned back, eyes cold. She probably loved the control, the power. That kind of emotional architect doesn't care about feelings. She cares about the win. I thought she was a monster, but the story she told next made me wonder, If maybe I helped build her. After Tamron showed me the notebook, the names, the cities, the memories turned into hit lists, I needed to see Delilah one last time. Not to yell, not to beg, just to understand. I texted her one word. Talk. She responded 10 minutes later. Come alone. You always liked closure. I showed up at our place, what used to be our home. She'd packed a few things, boxes in the hallway, an empty wine glass on the counter. She looked different, older, not physically, just worn. We sat in the living room. No TV, no music. Just the hum of betrayal in the walls. I asked, why? She didn't ask what I meant. She already knew. Delilah looked at her hands, then said quietly, you ever been so broken that the only way to feel whole is to break someone else? I didn't respond. She took a deep breath. It started with Michael, the first husband, the sealed one. I was 22, in love, dumb. He hit me, every week, every bruise I covered, every lie I told my parents. When I finally left, he told me no man would ever want someone that damaged. She looked up at me, and for a while, he was right. She stood up, walked to the window. Then I found Jordan. Thought he was different. He cheated on me with my best friend, left me a Post-it on the fridge. I married him because I thought it would fix what Michael broke. Instead, it added new cracks. She turned to face me. You remember how we met again in Atlanta? I nodded slowly. Yeah, that networking event. You said I looked familiar. She smiled sadly. Because I was familiar. You dated me in college, briefly, then ghosted. Never texted. Never called. I rubbed my temples. Delilah, that was... What? 20 years ago? She shrugged. It stayed with me. I don't know why. You were the first guy who made me feel something after all that mess. And then you disappeared. I didn't mean to do this at first, she said, voice shaking now. But when I saw you again, something clicked, like fate was handing me a loaded gun. And Trevor? I asked. She hesitated. Trevor dumped me on my birthday, told me I was too intense, said I scared him. So yeah, I married him too. I wanted him to feel what I felt that day. I just stared at her. This woman I'd loved, laughed with, lived with. I didn't see a villain. I saw a wreckage of a person who never got help, so she became her own justice system. I asked, did you ever love me? She didn't blink. I loved what we could have been, but not enough to stop. I stood up. My throat felt like sandpaper. You weaponized love, Delilah. You used people like props. She didn't argue. I know. She looked at me with eyes that were somehow older now, ancient. After Michael, I never felt safe, so I became the danger. I thought I was done with her, done with the lies, done with the damage. Then I opened the mailbox and found him waiting. After that final conversation, I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just filed the divorce papers the next morning. No lawyer, no drawn-out battle, just cold paperwork and signatures that used to mean something. Delilah didn't fight it, didn't stall, didn't even try to reach out. She just vanished. No alimony, no court drama. Just two people severing something that probably never existed in the first place. I changed the locks, sold the bed, deleted our playlist. It wasn't healing. It was surgery, ripping out everything infected before it could rot me from the inside. 2 weeks later, I was starting to breathe again. I'd even slept a full night without dreaming about her eyes. And then the letter came. No return address, no postmark, just a plain white envelope. I opened it without thinking. Inside, a single typed sheet. My name is Kevin Monroe. I was Delilah's first husband, the one no one talks about. I've been watching her trail for years, seeing the men she pulls in, the lives she burns down. I stayed quiet because I thought I deserved the pain. But now it's time someone stopped her for good. If she's already told you her sob story, trust me. She left some things out. Call me before it's too late. There was a phone number at the bottom. Out of state, and my stomach turned. I sat there for a while. The whole house quiet. Kevin Monroe. Michael Monroe, she had said. Had she lied about the name? Was that intentional? A smokescreen? Or had she twisted even that part of the story? I called Tamron. Ever heard of a Kevin Monroe? She went silent on the other end. Then, that's the guy from Denver. The sealed file. The one who said she ruined his life. I told her about the letter. She cursed under her breath. Whatever he's got, it's not on paper, which means it's either private or dangerous. That night I called Kevin. he answered after one ring. Marcus? His voice sounded like he hadn't slept in years. I said, "Yeah, I got your letter." He laughed, not happy, hollow. "She lied to you, didn't she?" I didn't respond. He kept going. "She always lies, but never about everything. That's how she gets you. Truth dipped in poison." "What are you trying to tell me?" I asked. Kevin's tone dropped to a whisper. "She's still married to someone else. She didn't just destroy lives. She left a roadmap, and I was the last stop." Kevin gave me an address in Arizona, said, "Go there. Bring nothing, just questions." At this point, I didn't even know why I was still chasing the truth. Closure? Vengeance? A reason to feel like all of it meant something. I booked a flight, showed up in a dusty, quiet suburb outside Tucson. The house was small, beige, ordinary, like everything traumatic always is. A woman opened the door, not Delilah, older, maybe late 60s, gray hair pulled back tight. She looked at me like she already knew. "You're Marcus?" I nodded. "How did you?" She opened the door wider. "Come in. She left something for you." Inside, the house was neat, quiet. A photo of Delilah sat on the mantel, probably from her early 20s. No smile, just those piercing eyes. The woman, her aunt apparently, handed me a box. "Delilah dropped this off 2 weeks ago. Said someone would come eventually." Inside, a stack of letters, each addressed to a different man. A flash drive, one photo. All 5 husbands, including me, cut and glued into a group photo that never existed. In Delilah's handwriting on the back. Proof I could make anyone love me. My stomach dropped. I took the flash drive and plugged it into my laptop at the hotel. It was a voice recording. Her voice. "If you're hearing this, then I'm gone." "Gone?" She continued, calm, collected. "I never planned to get old, to be found out. This was never about love, or even revenge. This was about power. Every man I married took something from me. I just took it back. Marcus, you were the only one who stayed long enough to see the pattern. You win." Pause. "And if Kevin sent you, then you already know he wasn't just my first husband. He was the one who started all of this. I lied when I said he hit me. He didn't. But he did something worse. He ignored me. My heart froze. He treated me like wallpaper, like background noise. And that, Marcus, is a kind of violence too." She exhaled. "You all taught me that love isn't soft, it's sharp, and it cuts differently for everyone." Then the file ended. No goodbye, no apology, just static. Back in Atlanta, I burned the photo, threw away the letters, blocked Kevin. Because what do you even do with something like that? Delilah wasn't a villain. She wasn't a victim either. She was something in between, a mirror, one that forced you to look at every way you failed someone and wonder if you deserved what came next. And now I don't love. I don't chase closure. I just live with it. Because when someone studies your heart like homework, they never forget the answers. They just wait for the test. So here's my question to you. Was Delilah a monster or a masterpiece of pain and precision? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Because honestly, I still don't know. If this story hit you like it hit me, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you've got your own twisted tale of love, betrayal, or revenge, you know where to find us. Until next time.